Hello roadies, this is Jason with Long Road Reptile, and I'm going to show you how to set up the long road method of snake tubs. So we have here is a Sterilite container that we purchased from Walmart. We've already drilled the holes in. As you can see here, we've drilled the holes in the lid and we've drilled holes down the sides. So what we're going to do now is we're going to attach the heat mat to the bottom. So what you want to do is pick which end you want the heat mat to go on. It's going to be your warm side where the heat mat is and the cool side where it's not. Alright, so we have this 37 quart tub and this heat mat. Heat mat should be about 1/3 of the bottom of your tub. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the adhesive or the backing off and stick it to the bottom of the tub. What you'll find is that these heat mats don't like to stick to the plastic on the tub. So what we're going to do is use foil tape. This is what they use in ductwork. So we're going to use this foil tape to tape down the heat mat. So once that's done, what you want to do is feed the cord to the area between your little feet on the tub. What I like to do is feed it through like this, and I've got a couple of other extra pieces of tape to take the cord to the foot to where it won't stick out from underneath it. Now your heat mat's taken care of. So the heat mat is going to plug into a thermostat. So what we want to do is select one of the holes on the side and take the thermostat probe and insert it into one of the ventilation holes on the side, and we're going to super glue it right down here in the middle. And I'm going to use some tape, electrical tape, to secure the cord while I am gluing. I can go back with silicone and make sure everything's nice and secure. So what we're going to do now is take our super glue and we're going to glue this down, and I'm going to hold it for about 30 seconds, let the glue cure, and then we can go back and put our silicone stripe on there and make sure it holds. Just going to wait for that to set. In the meantime, we can plug our heat mat into the thermostat. Looks like that's set pretty well. So we're going to go ahead and put the silicone on there. So running a thin bead down each side of the probe. So now we're going to wait till this cures, and once that's done, then we're going to add our substrate and then our hides that we made. What we have here is some hides that we made. What we did to make these hides was we went and got some mushrooms from our local grocery store and enjoyed the mushrooms thoroughly. And we cut our holes with a pair of the kitchen shears, and then we took some heat and just kind of smoothed the edges out with the heat, and we have trimmed the points here, so made that smooth. So this is a nice, cost-efficient way to make hides for your smaller snakes. We also have a large water dish, and we have hide log. So all this will be going into the one we're making, and also because we have such high humidity in our area, we're going to use aspen bedding because we don't want it too humid for the snake, because if the snake can't get away from humidity, it develops scale rot on its belly, and we don't want that to happen. You can use a humidity box if you think your humidity is too low, but we live in the South and humidity is a way of life here. Our silicone is cured, and I went ahead and covered it up with some more electrical tape just to be on the safe side. So a little extra security never hurt. So now what we're going to do is fill it up with the aspen bedding. What you do is just take a handful, spread it out. You don't want to get it too deep, but you don't want it too shallow. I'd say maybe an inch or so deep. In our previous enclosure, I think we used about a third of a bag. So. Spread it out. As you get it spread out, you can see where your bare spots are, and you can put more in there. That's good. All right, so make sure we have our two hides. One for the cool side, one for the warm side. And we have the water dish will go on the cool side. That way it won't increase the humidity and evaporate. We have our little hidey log, which just adds some enrichment. And we have some greenery, just a vine that can crawl through, hide if it wants to. You can just set that in here. Last but not least, we have hygrometers. What these do is monitor the humidity in your enclosure. So I would recommend putting one on your cool side and one on your warm side. once you get that set up, then it's time to put your lid on. Plug in your thermostat to your power and test your temperatures before you do anything else. Testing your temperature is very important. You want to make sure you're able to maintain the proper heat for a ball python, which is anywhere between 85 to 90 degrees on the warm side, and the cool can get down to 75 or so. It's important to use a thermostat. I almost said thermometer. It's important to use a thermostat because you want to maintain the proper temperatures. You don't want it to get too hot in there, because if the temperature gets too hot, your snake could get burned, or it could just suffocate from heat and die. You don't want to get too low, because then the snake will get too cold, and that's not good either. Proper humidity and proper temperatures help maintain the snake's health, especially respiratory health too. Here we have our handy temp gun. So we're going to use the temp gun to test and verify our temperatures are correct. So right now it's 71 on the cool side, 72, 73, just depends on what spot you're in. So I got 73 right now on the warm side. So the warm side's heating up, and that should get up to temperature soon. And we'll come back with how to do the water and check the temperature again. One of the reasons why we chose the Sterilite container is because not only does it have 6 clasps to keep the lid down, but also has this gasket, which helps you control your heat and humidity, and also helps prevent your snake from escaping if it is prone to do so. All right, Brodies. The thermostat's reading 98.6 degrees. So we're going to check the temperatures. What we're going to do is we're going to pick up the warm hide, check the temperature of the substrate, about 80. Down there by the mat, it's about 88 degrees. So it's not quite warm enough yet. So what we'll do is we will just bump up the thermostat a little bit, just to make sure everything's good for your animal. So while that's heating up, we're going to go ahead and take care of the water. So what I have here is Reptisafe. Directions are 2 drops per 8 ounces of water, so that's 1 cup. Just have 1 cup of water here. Be very careful, you don't want to get too much in there. Now I'll just stir it. And what this will do is neutralize any chemicals that are in your tap water. Fortunately, we live in the Memphis area, so we have really good tap water, but even a little bit helps. So we're just going to pour that in to our water dish. You don't want the water to get too deep in case the snake wants to crawl in it. So it's about halfway full, which is good enough for a small ball python. Well, Brodies, thanks for joining us tonight. We're going to continue to monitor the temperatures and keep an eye out on the humidity, but that's it. This is a basic ball python setup, and I want to give a big shout out to Emily at Snake Discovery. Everything we've done here is based off of what she's done, and also advice from Ryan from RK Exotics. Check him out on Facebook and Instagram. Until then, we'll see you later down the long road. We still rolling? Oh no! B-roll. But
The gasket also helps contain heat and humidity.
the gasket also helps contain heat and humidity. Can we do that again?
You gotta learn how to read lips.
I do.
It would be.
Or cue cards. Have something in my eye.
Uh-huh.
The snake bedding reminds me of the puzzle that I used to put together as a kid, those old wooden ones. Now I want some orange drink and some sugar cookies.
Gizmo, you're not being a very good video helper. You're such a mammal.